At the start of this year, and perhaps forever, Screen Blaggers have been engaged in the age-old battle of DC versus Marvel, with two members consistently voting for DC, and one torn between both. But like many comic fans, we enjoy well-made films that bring to light our favorite characters. In fact, we watch those films multiple times and even learn the lines. Talk about life imitating art.
Okay, with the HBO Max's release of the Snyder Cut, we can all agree that there are in fact some stark differences between the 2017 Justice League and of course the former. In fact, it feels like a completely new movie. As a matter of fact, it probably is. They have in fact been many comparisons, but today we at Screen Blaggers would like to not only look at some of the favorite moments, but as well as scene-to-scene comparison of the Snyder Cut and a review of the scenes that we would definitely love to forget in the 2070 theatrical version of Joss Whedon's Justice League. Alright, for those of you who haven't seen the Snyder Cut, I strongly urge you to see it for yourself on HBO Max. There are in fact several spoilers there. Superman's death. Now, picking up from Batman vs Superman, we not only see an explanation as to why the Mother Boxes were in fact awakened, but why the Amazons and Atlanteans were in fact very much perturbed with respect to Superman's death. Now, the scene not only sets the pace for the movie, but immediately draws more of the audience's emotions, rather than the theatrical versions of Joss Whedon's newspaper clipping. Like, Batman meets Aquaman. Now, in the Snyder Cut, there is in fact an explanation as to why Bruce Wayne doesn't take a chopper or in fact a helicopter to meet Arthur Curry. They were in fact in a number of storms. There is also a short dialogue in which the leader of the small group declares that it's quite impossible that this stranger, Bruce, aka Batman, climbed the mountains. Now, this is very symbolic. As a matter of fact, it brings to light the remnants of the Dark Knight dialogue. The hero we deserve. Unlike Joss Whedon's version, in which Arthur disappears, the Snyder Cut's cut to the villagers singing as Aquaman departs makes us feel as if he's somewhat of a god to them. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who didn't see, Batman did in fact speak Icelandic. Is it? Is it? Is it true? If it is, he is the hero we deserve.
Number 3, Wonder Woman's entry. Perhaps one of the most exhilarating scenes of the Snyder Cut was Wonder Woman's entry. Here we get a glimpse of not just her super speed and her ability to fly, but who may the perpetrators be, or who may they be working for. Did anyone say Randall Savage? We also get a glimpse of Wonder Woman that makes us reminiscent of another warrior princess. Without the yodeling, of course. The music played for Wonder Woman throughout the movie is also mesmerizing, as did with the Amazons. In the 2017 version, this battle lasted a mere 4 minutes, which, as we'd have seen, did not do justice to the Amazons and the fight they put up against Steppenwolf and the Parademons. Here we see a more compassionate Queen Hippolyta, who not only is reluctant to sacrifice her own, but returns to save one of her own sisters from a parademon. There is also an explanation as to where the arrow came from, which is of course the arrow of Artemis, and it was even used in this version by Diana to uncover more about Darkseid. One of the coolest parts of this fight is Steppenwolf's armor, in which, riddled with arrows, he sheds them as if it's no big deal. Unlike the 2017 version, in which his armor looks like a Roman knight in a Halloween costume.